Bienvenue à tous aujourd'hui sur le Live Alberton. On se retrouve aujourd'hui pour les présentations de projets de fin de première année, notre cohorte 21. Et je voudrais commencer par un petit mot, une pensée pour les autres C21 de votre promo qui ont eu des petits soucis. On a un seul projet aujourd'hui. Je pense notamment à quelques soucis médicaux qui font qu'ils passeront leur portfolio et leur démo day un peu plus tard avec les autres promos. Et donc aujourd'hui, on a le plaisir d'avoir Olive et Valentine pour un super projet qui s'appelle Chronos. Et je te passe la main.
Merci. So, hello everyone. Happy to see you here today for our portfolio presentation. I am Olive from C21.
And I am Valentine from C21.
On this project, I work as a full stack developer, but mostly work on the application part.
And I also work as a full stack developer, but mostly on the website part and the user experience.
And so, what is our project? Basically, Chronos, named after the Titan of Time, is a Crontab automation manager designed mainly to simplify managing automation for personal computer for any user. The idea comes from an internship I did last year, where the mission was to create a simple API to manage cron tabs on the distant server, but with a lack of knowledge. I failed on this mission, and I think it was the idea was really good, and wanted to retry it and to done it.
And I decided to join Olive because we work well together, and I thought this project was very interesting, mostly by the fact to transform something very technical into the most user-friendly project as possible. So what's a cron? A cron is an automated task on your computer that you can do mostly using your terminal. It's composed of 6 parts. That is the time that you want your cron, your command, to be executed. You can do anything you want as long as it is a shell command. For example, below you can see that this cron will open Netflix at 9 p.m. sharp every Friday. The asterisk meaning is every. If you need to take a break after a hard day work, for example.
And how the project work? So the user connects to the website, create his account. He go to a dashboard where he can manage to create or remove some crons, toggle pause, and lots of other things. At the same time, he launched the application on his desktop computer. He logged to it, and the application will fetch all the crons for this user and handle to implement the automation on the system.
So here you can see on the left all the technology we use to create Chronos. For the website, we use the Django framework with Python, mostly because both of us are very comfortable with this language, so it seems to be the right choice. And for the front end, we use the great classical HTML, CSS, JavaScript, without using any framework or anything else, sorry, because we wanted to deep dive into this great classical again and to learn more about it and experience more about front end because we are not very comfortable with front end. And for the application, we also work with Python. And for the front end, we work with the library Flat because the two things are very intricate. And we also use shell. We will show you an example of that later. It's mostly done to create the cron to be executed on your computer.
A little information, Flat is Flutter-like,
yes,
but with Python as a language. And so right now the project, the website looks like this. The client, so the web browser or the desktop app, will send a request to the server. The website will send a response to the web browser and the API to the application. Also, you can see here the website communicates only with the API only with the core, and the core only with the database. It's only because we want to separate things, and so the website can't go take things inside the database. And in the future, it should look like that by adding the DNS and the SSL, but at this moment, it's not in production. Yes.
So here you can see the API that we have created for this project. You can see all the routes, all the endpoints, and all the method that it's attached to the routes. For example, you can see that you can create sign up, you can create a cron, you can delete a list of cron, etc., etc. At the moment, this API is not available for everyone, but in the future, that's something that we are maybe going to do.
And so this is our database tables. Very simple. Only things you can see two tables for token. It's temporary token, but we will talk more about this a little later.
So here's two code snippets from the application. The one on the left is going to send an API request to fetch the cron that the list of cron that the user have created on the website. So he creates crons on his dashboard. The application is going to fetch with this code the cron that the user have created, and another code will implement it in the local of the user.
And at the right, it's a bash script. This script is written by the application. The application receives the data and construct especially this command. It's really simple. This part is only to check if the command is launched by a sudo, but it's forbidden. So if it's happened, it's only go out. And if it's not a sudo, this command will be launched by the cron. And why bash script and not only the command directly in the cron is because the cron has some restrict things, and a bash script will always be launched at any time or anything.
So here you can see our timeline. We have started with which seems to be the most obvious for us, the API, and we ended it with the front end to make it as most responsive and pretty user-friendly as possible.
And you can see some overlapping things. It's only because we work together. And with the communication, every day we communicate to know what the other will do and what we have to do to work, to be able to do all we wanted to do. So, for example, we start with the API, and the other can start the backend, just a little front, and etc., etc. It's only communication, and that's all.
So we are going to do a live demo. Let's go. So for our example, we will meet Bernard. Bernard has received an email from Valentine to encourage him to discover Kronos. So Bernard will create an account here.
And from here, he can add his information. Only the username, the email, and the password are mandate. Last name and first name are not. You can show the password to check if you do a mistake. And at this point, when you sign in, you can't log in. You will receive an email, a confirmation email. So we'll check if Bernard, yes, he received it. And at this point, he is recorded, is activated in the database, and now he can log in.
Yes, I
Sacré mot de passe. At this point, you arrive at a home page where you can go anywhere you want, check if you have some cron or some active cron, some pendings, etc. You can go to account to change your username, change your password, or add a picture.
Bernard is very tired because Bernard has not asked Kronos in his life yet.
You can go to the help center, for example, to check how to install the application, how to create a cron, for example.
My
And
bad.
he can also go to download, to download the application for his own system, and go to the dashboard and create his first cron. Here, what time is it? 14.
43.
43. We will set to open a simple web page every day, every month, every week, and yes, we can create it. At this point, the cron is pending because the application needs to check if the command is available on the computer. If it's not, it will reject it. So Bernard connects to the application, and the application will start fetching the cron.
Sorry.
It can happen. But you can see if you put the wrong credential, it's not working. Yes, so you have some logs. The command was added. It's just a simple, I think we will just make something more clear in the future. And at this point, you can see in the cron, in your cron, the command has been created. It will only check the date, and this is the command. And in the Kronos folder, in the hidden folder,
Yep.
the
Ta-da!
yes,
The page is
yeah,
open.
43, ok, c'est ouvert. The script is created. At this point, I think we can pause it, for example.
Mm-hmm. We can do that.
So we go back to the website. We can pause it. We will check if the application, yes, it changed it. And in the cron list, you can see just this little hashtag that means the line is commented. So it's work like a pause. It's on a standby. After that, you can remove it, I think, because you don't need to open the page anymore. Okay. And we can see here, you have the information. We can check in the cron list, nothing more. And in the script, inside, yes, the script is removed. I think that's all.
I think that's all. So, regarding the challenge we have overcome in this project, the most challenging thing was our token system, because at first we have a very simple token system. The token was stored in our database, and that wasn't very secure. So at the very end of the project, we decided to change it to the system JWT. So that was very challenging thing to do. And at the moment, you have seen earlier that we still have two tables for the token. The activation token, that's the token that is sent in the activation email when you create an account. And we also still have the forget password token. That's the mail you receive when you click on the forgot my password on the login page. But later we make it perfect, and we are going to change that.
And so what we have learned on this project, so the token, a new token system, also the organization, because working together, you need to retrieve files quickly, and also we learn to focus on one thing at a time.
The main focus.
The main focus, do one thing, one task, done it, and go to the other, etc., etc.
Step by step.
And you can see some next feature, just a few, because we have lots of ID, but it can be difficult.
Too little time.
But add more command, because on the website the commands are limited. It's to prevent some word command, like we don't allow a user to enter the rm-rf/, for example. Maybe also to manage directly, to create clones, etc., directly on the application, to handle responsive on the website, because we are not really high at the front end.
Something are very...
Some weird things in the front we need to work more. And for example, the handle Windows scheduler, because it's totally a different way to do automation. The Crontabs are only for Unix systems, so macOS or Linux, but Windows is really different. And if we want to implement it, we will need to do really different things.
Yes. So that's all for us. Thank you very much. And do you have any question?
Any question? No question. Okay, so what did you enjoy the most in this project? Was that it can be technical or also human on how you work together? Up to you.
Both, I think, because the communication was really good, and some technical parts are really fun to do.
Yes. That's the same for me. I enjoy working on the back, I enjoy working on the front, I enjoy working with Olive, so that was a good project.
The fun part was to sometimes code at the same time on the same machine with the live share. Sometimes
discussing on Discord, that was fun.
Sometimes one didn't know how to do, the other yes, so okay, we'll check in live and we will work together at the same time.
So basically you split the task that you had to do, but sometimes you had some peer coding sessions.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
A lot of time.
Lot of time.
Okay, cool. And what was the most difficult technical aspect you overcome?
For me, it's a JWT token system, because you need to learn something new that work in a certain way, and I think I don't have it totally, but it was really interesting, but a little difficult.
For me, I don't know that so much little thing that was hard to do, but done anyway. But I didn't like work with flat. I think that I don't understand it. That's not my.
But we didn't have too much difficult part.
Okay, cool. So the collaboration was kind of smooth, and you had no problems on dealing with the time of the project management, etc.
No.
Cool.
No.
Other questions?
Which advice could you give to other courts?
Communication. Really, the communication.
Somebody that you want to work with. That's,
yes, and
talk.
And continue learning
listen.
by yourself.
And listen also. Yes.
Organization?
Organization. Communication and organization, but for us, I think it's
the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
If you talk a lot, you can organize better. But if someone stay in his bedroom, I don't know, that's not okay.
No more questions?
Pas de questions. Okay.
Great.
Ah, si. Antonin, il a...
Oui.
How did you choose the...
Ouais.
Oh, sorry. Voilà. Thank you. I'm just wondering what made you pick up this topic, this subject, the Crontab. What is the story?
About the cron, the story,
The
project.
story, yes, behind the project.
I think because when before the internship I did last year, I didn't know the Crontab exist, and I thinking it's a very cool thing because you can do lots of things. And when the guy that give me this project and without to be able to done it, I thinking it was a good idea because the project was nice, and just take the idea and try to do something more that I needed to did last year. It was the idea. It was only a simple API. Want to go more.
Do you plan to go further on this project, keep on developing the features that you have in mind, and maybe to make it available to the people?
Maybe after a quick holiday.
Yes, but I think yes. Work
Deserved.
on something, rework on something, improve.
Yes.
Improve something. Yes.
Cool.
But now, not now. Just a little holiday too.
Maybe next week.
maybe in 2 or 3 days.
After a good night's sleep.
Ça serait de plus en plus là.
Okay. Other questions? No.
N'hésitez pas, vraiment.
Yes.
Did you enjoy working with Django?
Yes.
And why?
I think it helped us on few things, maybe too hard for our level. So it's a good start, I think, but need to work on other things later to learn the things Django give you.
Yes.
Now that you have an MVP which is working, nicely working, do you have how should I say? Do you have things and choices, technical choices, you would have done different, or are you satisfied with the technologies you used?
No?
No.
J'ai quelques idées. Maybe maybe for the front, I want to try things like React or framework for the front to help something like SAS, for example, because the CSS was
Yes, but for this project we wanted to
vanilla.
vanilla. Yes.
Things like that. Maybe change Flat to Flutter
Yes.
or Swift. We have a lot of idea and want to try lots of things.
Cool. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thanks for listening.
Merci à vous deux. On va arrêter le live maintenant et puis on va continuer de débriefer entre nous. En tout cas, bravo, parce que il y a quand même pas mal de boulot derrière. Il y a de la technique, il y a des interactions avec le hardware, il y a un site internet et un client, une appli cliente à télécharger sur le local. Donc il y avait pas mal de choses, je pense, à huiler dans la mécanique de fonctionnement global du truc. Et ça a l'air de fonctionner plutôt pas mal en tout cas. Donc bravo pour ça et merci pour ce travail.
Merci.